Good day, folks. I'm here with a serious concern, and the concern is that of these quick-fire deaths of Atiq Ahmed, his brother Ashraf, and their son and Atiq Ahmed's son the day before. A lot of people will be joyous. We've nailed a Bahubali, we've nailed gangsta. But ever since this new sheriff in town stepped in, new sheriff, he's gone after your gangster, because my gangster is my gangster, your gangster is dead. I mean, this your gangster bit, it's amazing how it seems that most of the gangsters that have survived his quick on the draw moves are the ones from his community, which is the Thakur community. The ones that have gotten nailed, obviously, Muslims. And get this, Brahmins. Nobody knows this, or most people have not researched it, but a whole bunch of Bahubalis in UP were from the highest caste of them all. Remember Dubey's death, and remember what's happened to Kushi Dubey, his wife, right? Sad state of affairs. But why is this particular, what happened that day when these three youngsters stepped into a cordon of police, about 15 or 20 police guys, took off, put the gun putty, in fact, picked up his turban, picked up his gun putty, and then shot him, right? Why does that disturb me? Two things that came to my mind. What is the police guys taking them for a medical examination? Especially since Atiq has already told the Supreme Court that he's fears for his life at night. Secondly, why are they being walked out so slowly, and what are the television cameras doing there? That's unheard of, no, unexplained, right? Secondly, what happens? These guys come and shoot this guy and lay down the arms and say, Jai Shri Ram. Is that insane? Is that what we're telling people to do? Somebody comes and shoots you, shoots your wife, shoots your son, and then says, Jai Shri Ram, is that part of the course? Is that what all you guys sitting everywhere in the world think? That this is the great part of our religion? And like I said, proud to be a Hindu, this is one of those things. Jai Shri Ram, shoot three toko, two guys, feel really happy about it. Especially some of the Alpsankhyaks. And be gone, right? But the world is not, you're just trying to see the world, it is not singing right for India's law and order, especially when we're looking for FDI and UP's law and order, right? It's disgraceful. And why? And see what they've done. I've seen it in Le Monde, I've seen it in The Guardian, I've seen it in The Times, I've seen it in Washington Times. And what are they saying? They've linked this. They're not calling him a gangster. They're saying politician turns gangster or gangster turned MLA. They're saying that he was a legislator. They go further, and I expound on this Jai Shri Ram bit. And then they expound on the fact that Uttar Pradesh is ruled by the ultra-nationalist party. Is that ultra-nationalist divisive Hindu party? That's what has been said, I read in The Guardian, right? Is that how we want to be seen as India, right? Or our religion, as everybody says, we're proud to be this religion. But what more telling questions is how these three youngsters, unknown from a really, really poor strata, come together in this operation, almost like a military operation, right? Like a special op, right? And what questions that you people need to ask yourself is, while you celebrate this lovely killing, or made for television killing, is the weapon used. It's a zigna. It's a ziganas. Why ziganas have found favor with top gangsters? Expensive and tough to procure. These pistols are status symbols. And guess where they come from? Turkey. Now figure these three guys from, you look at the regions they come for in UP, and you figure, where did this expensive weapon get into the hands of these poor three guys, right? Not only that, difficult to procure, coming all the way from Turkey. And if you see these three guys' faces and you tell yourself, there is no way, Jose, that they would have gotten this. No way, Jose. There's something more sinister behind this. Then you ask this question, which is important. What brought Atiq's killers together? Cops probe links. But unfortunately, the cops are probably, a lot of it is, as I say, completely compromised, as I say. So it's like leaving a robber to catch a robber. May work, may not work, but there is something largely amiss because these three youngsters, some reports are saying they met once, some reports are saying they never met at all. How they came together, right? Then why didn't cops shoot at assailants? Queries emerge. Now this is another thing that all sensible people must ask themselves, whether you are Bhakt or not. If you are a proud and patriotic Indian, get by this, proud and patriotic Indian, you have to ask this question. This is almost like a crime scene that one would have seen in Mexico City, right? You're seeing this in Prayagraj. And then you have to ask yourself, generally when this kind of a crime happens, the people who give themselves up are put to police remand. What is police remand? Police remand is, and the courts allow that, is where the police then questions and tries to put this together, this pieces of this puzzle together. So how come these guys are moved directly to jail? It's as if nobody wants to question them, and almost as if everybody knows what it is and who they want to blame it on. It's almost like the disclosure of Satya Malik, Pal Malik on Pulwama, where he was asked to keep quiet because they wanted to point the entire incident at Pakistan. You get that, right? Then you say police intensify search for Atiq Swai. Why? Because they want to shoot her too. This is deliberating, sad for India, sad for our democracy. And as I said, SIT formed to probe Atiq's murder case. Killers moved to different jail. No no remand, which is where they would have questioned, try to put the pieces together. None whatsoever. Now there are rumors doing the round that there was a enclosed envelope given by Ashraf because he knew who was planning this. He's put this apparently there's some name of a high up in the system that's part of this conspiracy, but who knows. But let me just say this, folks, you really have to now open your eyes and open your ears to realize that the wolf may just come calling to your house, to my house. It's time to be careful and time to beware of what's happening in this nation. As it is, we've tarnished our image globally, that's for sure. Going into G20, the kind of stuff happening in India, I'm not even sure how we're going to carry that. Though I'm beginning to think that may be on the back of China and Russia, because we seem to be headed that way ourselves, folks. 3 cheers, Jai Hind.